Hello everybody, welcome back. This is your friend Trickman01, and what I have for you today is, of course, today, the day this airs, will be the day of the Royal Rumble. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to recreate the Royal Rumble experience in Minecraft. Here you can see we have a ring, complete with ropes. The ropes are actually just a string that I retextured. Had to have ropes for a wrestling ring, I mean, come on. But, of course, you can walk right through them. It'd be really hard to throw somebody over the top rope in Minecraft. But basically what happens is you start with a whole bunch of people in the ring, or I'm sorry, on the stage there, and then they're randomly pulled into the ring, 2 at the beginning, and then 1 every however often you want after that. And then after everybody's entered the ring and all but 1 has been eliminated, there will be a winner of the Royal Rumble match. Alright, so unfortunately, right now I'm kind of in a hurry. I don't have time to get people together to show you how this works, but I can show you how it was designed. Like I said, I was playing around with texture packs a little bit. I wanted to have the ring ropes, and then I, just dove into a couple other things. So, but we'll jump back into the regular texture to look at this. So what happens is you flip this lever, 2 people are randomly chosen to enter the Royal Rumble first, and it starts Ethos Hopper timer over there. Now, every, however often you choose, depending on how many items you put in Ethos Hopper timer, it will select somebody from the stage who has not entered the Rumble yet and put them into the Royal Rumble match. So you do want to make sure, by the way, before we go too much further, you do want to make sure everyone's in adventure mode so they can't dig through the stage on accident or anything like that. But let me show you the redstone behind it. Gotta try to flip this off. That came out wrong. Gotta try to turn the switch off, or it will try to pull us back into the ring, though. So the first thing you see here is we have this lever that's connected to... here's the starting mechanism over here, so we're going to start with that. So it's got a little bit of a delay, that way everyone can go, but that button's not important. It's connected to an inverter here, so when you turn off the switch, it will start the hopper timer and it'll activate all these command blocks. So what this command block does is it gives everybody a resistance effect, that way you can slap each other around without taking any damage. And that's kind of important because you don't want to have a winner of the Royal Rumble match because you killed each other. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but that's just not how I would want to do it. Let's see what else we have. This one, I created an objective, I should say, called Rumble, that I use to track if a person's entered the Rumble and if a person's been eliminated the Rumble, or if they're currently in the Rumble. So I set the objective to Rumble. There's some great scoreboard videos out there if you guys don't know how to make objectives already. I may have made one myself. I don't 100% remember off the top of my head, but they are out there. So you want to set all players' Rumble score to 0. So then the next one adds a 1 to the Rumble score of 2 random players. So you can see scoreboard players add random players count equals 2 Rumble 1. So it'll, from the players that are already set up in the stage over here, you want to make sure everyone's on the stage before you start. Well, actually, it really won't matter, but you should make sure. It won't matter at this point. It'll matter later. You want to make sure everyone's set up on stage or backstage or whatever you want to call it, so that 2 people will be pulled into the Rumble match, or given the score of Rumble 1. And then those 2 players, it'll teleport all players with the score of Rumble equals 1 to 1171 58.1448. And if we copy those and paste those into a teleport command, you can see it pulls us into the Royal Rumble match. Or, I'm sorry, into the wrestling ring. Now, the reason I did the 0.1 is just to give it a little bit of space, the teeniest, tiniest fraction of space between your feet and the block, just so you don't accidentally get stuck in or something. The Notice these are all connected by repeaters and not comparators. That way the signal will travel through no matter what. But the next set of command blocks just announces, basically, it's going to say all players with a score of Rumble 1 are the first 2 participants in the Royal Rumble match. So everyone's going to know which 2 started, just in case there's a bunch of people and there's some confusion. And then it's going to play sound, note that pling to all players with a volume of 1, pitch of 2, minimum volume of 1, and that's just the same thing behind it. So it's going to make a ding ding sound, you know, the bell. So we can go ahead and look at that real quick. When you flip this switch, you'll be teleported to the ring, and it says, of course I'm the only one in this world, but if there were more than me, at least 2 of us would be pulled into the Royal Rumble match, and otherwise, you know, no matter how many there are, it's going to be 2 people are the first 2 to participate. So let's turn that on again. Now here we have Ethos Hopper Timer, a great little invention. Basically what this does is however often you choose, I have 22 items in here just to make it a little bit more demonstratable for the tutorial video. But basically what this does is every, you know, however often you want, 30 seconds, 3 minutes, whatever the case may be, it'll output to this command block, which adds a score of it adds a score to the Rumble score of 1 for 2 random players who have a Rumble score of 0. So anyone who hasn't entered the Royal Rumble yet, it'll take a random person out of that and give them a Rumble score of 1, and then it's going to teleport all players with a Rumble score of 1 from the stage. Basically, these are the minimum coordinates of the stage, and then those are the distance coordinates to cover the stage. So it'll take a random player with a Rumble score of 1 from that area and put them into the ring. And they'll have relative rotation, but their up and down vertical rotation will be set to 0, so that they'll be looking straight ahead no matter what they were doing over there. That way they'll have a good chance. So then that's pretty much it as far as the entrance for the Royal Rumble. But then what you want to do is you want to make sure you're counting the eliminations. So we have a clock here, as you can see, just your normal rapid pulsar clock. Over here we're testing for all the players with the Rumble score of 2. And yeah. So that's actually to show the winner. I'll show you that in a second. So this one is basically scoreboard players set all players from X1161, Y56, Z438 with a distance in X of 19, a distance in Y of 1, and a distance in Z of 19 to Rumble 3. And basically those coordinates I just read out go from this block right here, all the way in a square to this block right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So whenever a player is knocked out of the ring and hits the floor, their Rumble score is going to be set to 3. Now what that does is it basically counts as an elimination. So once they are eliminated, their Rumble score will hit 3. And as long as everyone's in adventure mode, there shouldn't be a way to re-enter a la Stone Cold Steve Austin. But now this one is going to test for all players with a Rumble score of 0. And so as soon as it stops outputting, it's going to turn on this torch, and that'll say all participants have entered the Royal Rumble match. So everyone who's in the Rumble knows they're a finalist at that point, if they have not been eliminated yet. And then what this one does is it just tells everyone who the winner is. So what it does is it tests for all players with the maximum Rumble score of 2. And then you got the same little thing here. If it actually I set this part up wrong. It should be, oops. set up like this. Oh, dang it. Well, it won't take me long to fix it, so we'll just fix it live. This is live YouTube vision. So basically what it's going to say is, so now that it's 2, once there's less than 2 players, in other words, once there's 1 player remaining, this torch will turn off. And then this one will say, it'll say at a score underscore rumble equals 2 has won the Royal Rumble match. Alright, hopefully I'll be able to get some people together and show this off pretty soon, but that's basically all there is to it. It wasn't very complicated at all. It probably took me about 20 minutes to set it all up. The concept was pretty easy. So just one more little demonstration. You can see it'll send me into the ring, and it'll say all participants have entered the Royal Rumble match, and now I've been eliminated. Aww. But yeah, that's all the time I have right now. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this was your friend Trickman01. Have a great day. Bye bye now.